And there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. That was the first Julian meeting, convened by God himself in the heavenly portals, a line that comes from Revelation chapter 8 verse 1. St. John has a vision of things to come, and he sees God in the throne room in heaven, the Holy of Holies. There is God sitting in all his holiness, surrounded by the angels, souls of the departed, martyrs. They're all gathered, and the text reads, "There was silence for about half an hour," as John witnesses in his vision. Imagine that. God is sitting there, the angels, the souls of the departed, and nothing is being said, as if the feathers of angels' wings are gently ruffling, but no sound otherwise. Just stillness, shared, so powerful. That is the essence of a Julian meeting. It's a time of meeting together for about half an hour, a small group of people of a like mind, a prayer meeting, paradoxically, in which no prayers are said. Maybe a little reading at the very beginning and a short prayer at the end to conclude, maybe the grace, something like that. But half an hour of shared silence. Any of us can spend times of quiet when we are alone, and they can be quite nice, contemplative, reflective, but there's something really powerful about sharing that stillness and silence with a few other people, even just two people together, people of a like mind. There's that lovely verse from the Gospels when Jesus said, "Where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them." Something powerful can happen in the atmosphere, a force of God's Spirit perhaps. The time shared is contemplation, not particularly thinking about any one thing, but just clearing the mind and opening it, allowing our bodies to become into a state of repose and our minds and our thoughts to gently and gradually still. I'm reminded of a rather nice definition of prayer that a colleague gave me once, a person who was good at thinking outside the box, and I said to her, "What is your definition of prayer?" She thought for a moment and she said, with disarming simplicity that I've never forgotten, "Taking the lid off." And I think that is a good definition of contemplative prayer, taking the lid off, opening our minds to God. We've done so much chattering to him in prayer. We've brought to him our shopping lists of requests. "Lord, there's this and this I'd like you to do, please, if I may lay these things before you." But in contemplative prayer, in a Julian meeting for once, we sit down and shut up. And we say to God in our minds, "Okay, Lord, I've done all the talking. I've done a lot of chattering. I'm going to be quiet now. And I say to you in my mind and in my spirit, Lord, is there anything you would like to say to me for a change? I shall be still, clear my mind, take the lid off, and whatever thoughts come into my brain, my spirit, my heart at this time, may they be from you." It might seem like a daydream, but sometimes that can actually lead us to the place of thought and prayerful thought and contemplation that we're actually meant to go. It might be an image, a picture that comes to mind, like a conscious vision, in which God wishes to speak to us and maybe say something symbolic.